What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Peter back with another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Monday to everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Monday morning. I hope everyone's had a great weekend. Let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Today, I want to talk about next generation consoles in terms of PS5 and the Series X. And I can't believe it's been months since these consoles were released. That month just flew by, and I'm having a blast with both consoles. And a lot of people have been asking me, "Hey, rate your games. The games that you have, the software that you have for the PS5 and the Series X. Rate them on a scale from 1 to 10." So today I want to share the games that I have on both consoles, and I'm going to rank them individually, best out of 10. So let's go ahead and get started with the PS5 games first. So first game I'll start off with will be Godfall. So got this as a launch title. I'm stuck at a boss fight right now currently. I just can't get past someone's boss fight in Godfall. So other than that, I don't really buy these types of games or play these types of games, but this really looked something different and something new for me. So I decided to pick it up as a launch title, and out of 10, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. I've seen all the hate that it's got on Twitter. I've seen people enjoy it, but as someone who doesn't really buy these types of games, I've really enjoyed it from the graphics standpoint and from the actual core and combat gameplay uh, of this game. And I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Uh, I really wish I could get past this boss fight and not be stuck on it, because I do want to complete this game, and I don't want to end up not beating it because I can't get past the boss fight. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is. I just got to try harder, I guess. So, Godfall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Which leads me to my next video game, which will be probably the most fun I've had on PS5 so far, is Spider-Man Miles Morales. So I'll give this game a 9 out of 10, and I would give it a perfect 10 out of 10, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10 only because it's a short game. I understand it's DLC and it's extra content, comparing it to the actual, not DLC, it's actually like it's like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. So that the post Uncharted game after Nathan Drake's last adventure in Uncharted 4. So I'll give this game a 9 out of 10. Graphically, gameplay, the core count combat, the mechanics of the gameplay, it's off the hook, off the charts. Fidelity mode is awesome. Performance mode is so freaking awesome. I think recently they just came out with an update with their enabled ray tracing at 60 frames per second. So I have to jump back into this and check out the world Spider-Man and at 60 frames per second with ray tracing. This game has been a blast. I've already beat it, but just browsing and swinging through the city of New York as a whole in the game, the world of Miles Morales, it's really fun, and I highly recommend picking this up if you haven't, or if you're looking to pick up a PS5 as soon as you can find one. Definitely pick this game up. It's awesome. I will probably say this is probably the flagship game for PS5 at launch. So 9 out of 10 for Miles Morales, and then it leads me to my next game. I'm a basketball fan. As you guys can see, I'm a Kings fan. So ended up getting the 2K21 Mamba Edition. I plan on getting the regular edition with Zion, but I ended up getting the Mamba Edition, just paying my respect to Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest of all time, and really enjoyed him killing my Kings back in the day. So him and Shaq, they're tough, man. But hey, it is what it is. We got our championship window open, and it's been shut since then. So I'll give this game a 9 out of 10. Blown away with the graphics. It's awesome for a sports game. Not visually demanding because it's a sports game, it's a basketball game, but damn, it looks freaking good, especially playing this on my OLED that I have. Graphics are cool, gameplay is cool. I think 2K's is taking a big step and leap in terms of next gen, utilizing the next gen hardware, and the haptic feedback is pretty freaking cool playing it with the DualSense. So we'll give this one a 9 out of 10. And then recently, I picked up Watch Dogs Legion. I've had this game for about a week, and I having a blast with it. The time that I've played so far, gameplay is cool. The ray tracing, the reflections, it's awesome. And I'll give it a solid. I will give it a 8 out of 10. That's based on my opinion. I've seen the hate online, and I've seen people saying that it's not worth the full $60+ at retail price. It's funny because actually this was on sale at Target, so I decided to pick it up. And $29, can't beat that. I felt like that was a good investment. And the Watch Dogs world, yeah, I think it's better than part two. I like it better than part two. I really didn't finish part two. I got bored of it. But the world of Watch Dogs and the world of London, the UK, the United Kingdom, it's pretty cool. I'm familiar with it because I visited the UK, but just playing through it in the world that I visited, it's pretty cool. It's a good fun game. For $29, I would highly recommend it. So that's gonna do it for my PS5 games. So let's go ahead and get started with the Series X games. So we'll start off with FIFA 21. Sports games, not visually demanding. They just recently came out with the next gen patch. It is really, really fun. It's good looking, and the graphics overall, you can tell the difference from the current previous gen and the next gen enhancement that it received about a week ago. So, been playing as much as I can on it. I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. FIFA is good. You can never get sick of FIFA. Play with Barcelona. Play with that's usually Leo Messi is like my favorite soccer player, so all time. I'll probably say the greatest of all time. Like playing with them, and then like playing with Manchester City. They're a fun team to play with too. And you can play with any single team, from the national teams and even like different leagues. You can play with any team that you guys like. So cool game, 8 out of 10. And then Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I'm gonna give this a solid. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I've had nothing but great experiences when it's working fine. Uh, it's a shit show when it doesn't work. I've had numerous issues with it crashing. Uh, my Xbox been turning off. My Xbox has turned off, I should say, leaving me worried that it might break my console one day. I hope that's not the case. But I will admit, the last couple of days playing this with friends online, I don't have to. It's been working great. I didn't have to turn off any ray tracing uh, settings. I usually prefer to play 4K 60 with the ray tracing because I love the reflections and the graphics at 4K 60. Whereas 120, the resolution drops, but your 120 frames per second, it's nice. It's super fast. It's a nice feature to have. And if I had to choose between the two options, I would definitely play this at 4K 60 with the ray tracing on. So Treyarch, uh, the last couple of days that I've played, it's been working great. I really hope that you figure it out for all the other players that are having issues with your game on Series X, because I've heard it online. They've reached out to me asking me like, "Yo, what do I got to do?" I'm like, you know what? I only know much as just as you guys. So, Treyarch, got to fix it. Got to handle this, man. We can't have any. We need. We can't have any brick consoles. We got to have our Call of Duty. So make sure you patch it up. Make sure it's fixed, and make sure it's ready to go. And keep it stable. So we'll give this one a 7 out of 10. And then the Series X game that I have right here, that I'm having most fun right now currently, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is probably the best Assassin's Creed game I've played. Uh, I'll probably say my previous one I really enjoyed was the Black Flag on PS4 back in 2013. Enjoyed that one, but this one right here is really, really fun. Exploring the world of Norway and the Great Britain times as a Viking. You can't you can't go wrong with that. And the gameplay's been great. I know there's been some issues with Ubisoft with screen tearing, and they've patched it up. I didn't come across any screen tearing ever since playing this game because at my OLED it has the variable refresh rate feature, which is VRR. For those of you who don't know what understands doesn't understand what that means, that's what it means. And I've come across it, and I haven't had any issues since day one. I've enjoyed this game every playthrough that I've played through. So the gameplay, the core mechanics, it's solid. You gotta get used to the controls at first, but it's super super solid. I'm having a blast. So out of 10, I will probably give this game my opinion, because I think it's the best Assassin's Creed game made. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10, but I don't want to be so biased. I want to be fair because I know other users have had this issue with this game, and they are waiting for patches or waiting to patch it up and still having some issues. So Ubisoft, I don't know what the heck is going on, man. You guys got to fix the screen tearing, those frame dips. I haven't come across any dips or any screen tearing. If I did come across any dips, I probably wouldn't know because the game at the end of the day is really, really smooth, and I've enjoyed it so far, and I'm looking forward to beating it. So it's a big open world. Should be beating the campaign pretty soon, and obviously with the side quests and everything else, I'll eventually get into that as a game as well. So that's Assassin's Creed. I've also had some Game Pass games that I downloaded. Control, which I had played on the PS4 Pro last year, and Control is a really, really good game. I wanted to test out the Series X version of it, and it looks good. It's enhanced. It's got the fast load times, and it feels good with the Series X controller. I've also recently downloaded Destiny 2. They patched that up, and God, that feels like a whole new game. I haven't played Destiny 2 in a couple years, but I really was hoping to get back on it just to see how it is to test it out the latest patch. And the jump from 30 frames to 60 frames per second, it's night and day. It feels so fast, super smooth, playing at 4K 60, and I've had a blast playing Destiny so far. So I'm glad they patched it up. Bungie's done good things as far as patching it up, and it feels like a next gen new game. Comparing it to the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro. So a couple other games that I downloaded was Red Dead Redemption 2. Load times are insane fast. The gameplay, graphics is still the same as the Xbox One X version. So you're still gonna get the 4K native 4K, 30 frames. I really wish they would have patched it for 60 frames, but I heard that they are gonna come out with a uh, a remaster or enhanced version at some point during the upcoming year that's coming. So we'll see how that goes. And then Star Wars: Return of the Jedi is really nice. The load times are super fast. The gameplay is nice. Actually, I didn't get a chance to play that game last year, so I'm definitely getting a chance to game on that thanks to Game Pass. Game Pass is a good service, man. All these types of games that Microsoft's putting on Game Pass, it's a good service to have. I mean, I think it's worth it. It's like 10 to 15 bucks a month, you get access to their library of games, and they're going to push out. They're going to continue to push out their new games moving forward. So I think it's a great service to have. So without further ado, I'm going to get to the controllers. 1 month in with these controllers, I'm going to say this controller has grown on me. I prefer the DualSense controller, but this controller, the Series X controller, has grown on me. I've spent a lot of time on my Series X lately now, just due to having Game Pass and due to playing Call of Duty, Black Ops, and Assassin's Creed. Got used to it, and I got just like the feel at first because I had the Elite version 2 controller. But I've been the last couple weeks, I've been using just this robot blue controller due to having the share and capture button. So the Elite version 2 controller doesn't have a share button, and this one, the Series X controller, does. So it feels good in the hand. Comparing it to the DualSense still feels a lot bigger, but the DualSense is more comfortable as well. But this one is a little bit smaller than comparing to the DualSense, but I like it. I like it. It feels good. It's good in the hands, and I spent a lot of more time on it lately comparing it to the DualSense. But I still would go with the DualSense only because of the haptic feedbacks and the triggers are just something else. My buddy told me to test out Call of Duty on here with the triggers, and I might have to look into it. I know I got Black Ops on the Series X, but if the experience is somewhat better when it comes to the haptics and whatnot on the on the PS5, I'll have to check it out. So, but this controller is good controller. Charging times, I'm getting, if I'm really gaming, whether it's 2K or Watch Dogs, I am getting 4 days without a charge, which is good for me comparing it to the DualShock 4 controller for PS4 Pro, which I had to charge it like every other day. But I like it, man. I like what Sony's done with this controller. Definitely a great leap, generational leap comparing to the DualSense the DualShock 4 controller. And games that I do plan on getting, Cyberpunk 2077. I'm disappointed in the fact that it got delayed and it's released, and there's no PS5 and Series X enhancement. I thought the whole purpose of the delay from earlier this year to this time, December 10th release date, was due to getting the version of the PS5 and the Series X version ready. So I'm kind of a little mad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand, take all the time that you guys need, but I just thought it was delayed just to have it the PS5 and Series X version the enhanced version ready to go for this holiday season. So I guess we're not going to get a PS5 Series X port until 2021, whether that's spring or fall. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. That's why I kind of went out and invested in Watch Dogs at $29. I felt like that was a good investment. But CD Projekt Red, man, like what the hell? I definitely wanted to play Cyberpunk on PS5 or Series X day one, but looks like I'm gonna have to wait now because the port ain't ready. So it sucks. I mean, it is what it is. A couple of my friends have the game and they invested in it, so they mentioned that it is a little buggy and glitchy. So I'm a little disappointed with the rollout of Cyberpunk 2077. But at some point, maybe down the road, I may invest in it. But as of right now, I'm not going to invest in it, considering that's one of the biggest games that's to come out at least recently. I think I'm going to hold off and wait. And also, Halo Infinite is going to come out in the fall window of 2021, which is basically a year from this time. Uh, 343 and Microsoft came out. They made a statement that the game's looking good in development. Fingers crossed, because what they showed was good, but it wasn't good enough, and they really got criticized for that gameplay showing that they had earlier this year. So hopefully the delay is a good thing. Hopefully it utilizes the Series X hardware. All that 12 T flops and all that Xbox Velocity architecture. Just utilize it, man. Just utilize that beast of a console, the specs of it, and that goes same for Sony. I mean, other than Miles Morales, uh, we know Ratchet and Clank's going to come out at some point in the spring. We know Returnal's coming out in March, I believe, and then Gran Turismo 7 is supposed to come out in the spring window. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Forbidden West is going to come out at some point in the fall, I believe, or the holiday season, and then God of War Ragnarok's going to come out too. I still think either one of those are going to get delayed, but I think that with Halo Infinite coming out saying that they're going to come out, Halo Infinite's going to come out in the fall of 2021. I think Sony's going to have Horizon or God of War for sure. One of those for sure ready. And I think it's going to be Forbidden West. So Sony, man, I mean, that first launch window and that first year of the PS5's era, if they can get those games out and Ratchet and Gran Turismo 7, and Ragnarok doesn't get pushed back, if they come out with that with Horizon in the fall holiday time, I just don't know why you would not choose a PS5 if you had to choose one. I mean, I'm grateful that I got both of them. I'm having a blast with both of them. But for those that only can afford one or only want one, I mean, I don't know how you turn down the PS5. It's a beast of a console. It's gonna have beast of a game, exclusive games, the first year. So that's going to do it for me today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Uh, Take care. God bless, and keep pushing forward. I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.